Hi, gorgeous soul, and welcome to Spiritually Empowered Podcast. This show is your go-to place to learn all about your psychic intuitive gifts, explore and unveil taboo topics, and discover new ways to walk in power on this planet that is undergoing a massive transformation. We each came here with a higher calling. This podcast will catalyze you into yours. I love to simplify and refine ancient mystical teachings and practices, let you in on my most personal revelations and shifts, as well as bring on soul-inspiring guests to support you with embodying your power and saying yes to your destiny today. I am so excited to dive deep with you. Let's begin. Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to Spiritually Empowered Podcast. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that you are just feeling peaceful as so much is happening collectively, individually. Maybe we'll just begin this chat with a couple deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Softening down into your hips and pelvis, in through the nose. Top of the lungs all the way. Pause, linger at the top. Exhale through the mouth. Let it go. And doing that one more time. Inhaling up. Filling up with beautiful energy, light energy. Exhale, letting go of stress, tension, anything that you just don't need right now. My cat is going berserk, so if you hear like scratching in the background, that is Miss Uni. It's been a minute. So much is flowing, so much is changing. My heart is breaking, my soul is opening, the world is in pain. And I just want to remind you that different realities exist simultaneously. At the core and the depth of earth, we have pain and joy, light and dark, positive, negative. We have these poles, and in and of themselves, one is not better than the other. In their original essence, their original blueprint, pain and joy and grief and elation and all of these dualities that we experience on this planet, sun, moon, in and of themselves, they are neutral. But what we are really seeing is a time in our collective story that has been prophesized. So I want to go up to eagle vision. I want to go up to the vision from high above. So not on the details. We know, hopefully, what's happening on this earth. We have seen things, we understand, maybe we don't understand, but we have our eyes open. It's really important to have our eyes open, to question everything, to explore, and also to put ourselves first, because like they say on an airplane, put your own oxygen mask on first before you put somebody else's on them. So that's really, really important right now, because we cannot help anybody if we are in a space of desperation and overwhelm. So right off the bat, just tune into you right now. Give yourself this time to drop in with this podcast, get a cup of tea, just whatever you're doing, make it yummy, bring in some good vibes. I'm so excited to be with you. So the view from the spirit world, the view from above says, the time that we're in has been prophesized, and there's a lot to say, which I don't know everything about this, obviously, but with the Mayan calendar and the prediction of a new age and the end of the old age starting in 2012, of course, in the Western world, we didn't fucking understand that, and so we thought the world was ending, but really, the world did end. The calendar did stop. The time of awakening did begin, and we are being ushered into a leap, not even a shift, a leap in consciousness. And whenever the earth approaches a leap in consciousness, we see mass polarity, way left, way right. We see extremes. We see extreme weather. We see extreme, big trauma and big upheavals on a mass scale, and also reminder that what's happening out there on some level is also happening in our own hearts. is also happening inside us, as within, so without. And that goes both ways, right? The gifts of the world, the psychic powers and the gurus with the seed heeds and these psychic powers and these healing abilities, that lives in you. And also the chaos and the trauma and the unearthing of pain and wounds, that lives in you. And so that is what we really see on this earth plane, is duality. And in and of that self, that is neutral. But what we are seeing is a time when we are called to confront manipulation and distortions of power. I truly believe that our planet has been a slave planet. Our planet has been, and Shaman Durek talks about this, other people talk about this, and I really feel that in my own body, that we've been spiritually enslaved for thousands of years. Why are things the way that they are? Why is school the way that it is? Why are jails the way that it is? Why, when you walk into a grocery store, it's toxic fucking food everywhere? Why are things the way that they are? Why is media doing this? Why are the celebrities doing that? What's up with the bullshit? So we are in a mass unmasking. We are in a mass unveiling. We are in a mass removal of veils, of just veils and masks. All of that is coming off, and we are seeing what has been taking place. None of this shit is new. These are this is ancient spiritual warfare. This is ancient, suppression of truth and suppression of human life. When you go against life code, you are warped and distorted and inverted. That's some black hole shit. When you go against life, when you slaughter, when you kill, when you harm life, number one, you're harming yourself, because everything is connected. Everything is connected. So these people are harming themselves. It's true. When you go against life, you are the problem. When you go against the life code, you become a parasite on the earth. And the wrath of the feminine, I was just listening to Alberto Villoldo and his beautiful free training on shadow, on, the source of dark powers. I forgot what it was called, but it was epic. And it is this idea that there has been stories and creation stories and different programs of manipulation that have tried and in many ways successfully suppressed aspects of ourselves. When we suppress our anger so deeply, and we wrong it and we shame it, it comes out distorted and it harms others, generally speaking. Like that's what happens. Whatever is suppressed and hidden in the dark takes over, right? And if we suppress and shame our sexuality, what happens? It turns against us. And Alberto Villoldo says anything that hides in the dark has no real power of its own. It's a facade. It's a mask. And we are seeing that. And Oath Oracle was just talking about how, all of this is in the stars. All of this is been prophesized by ancient civilizations and also astrology. Different astrological alignments are predicting this time of upheaval and are predicting this time of mass awakening and healing in the golden age and everything that's possible as we move through this. But it ain't pretty right now, right? On so many levels, this is like horror. And I want to be real with that. Anytime you come into Winged Alchemy spaces, we're not going to sugarcoat things. We're going to be real and we're going to talk about things. And you don't have to believe everything I say. You are welcome in this room with your own beliefs. And my prayer is that you wake up today and that this support you in waking up to your power and your love and your destiny, and that you're a fuck yes, despite everything that's happening within and without. So Oath Oracle talks about Pluto moving into Capricorn in this age of Aquarius, or actually Pluto moving into Aquarius. And what she was talking about recently was the people are rising up. The people are rising up. Aquarius is the people. If it doesn't serve everyone, its time is up. And Pluto is your time is up energy. It's the finality. It is the completion. It is the removal. It says this cannot move. It must transform now. And that type of power and potency is one way to look at that is the dark feminine, is Kali Ma, right? That energy of, these symbols. And I don't remember the exact symbols, but she's like dripping in blood and has skulls all around her. And this is an aspect of our psyche that's been suppressed. This aspect of removal, release. And Oath was talking about how the people are rising up with Pluto in Aquarius. What doesn't serve the people, what's harming the earth, what is keeping us asleep has to fucking go. And so many people see this as, in a way, the last push for control. The last push, because they fucking know. The people who are quote unquote in power right now, they talk to the aliens. They know we're rising up. They can see. They have all this freaking extraterrestrial technology. They know. The system is working, has been. And Shaman Durek talks about how the system is a slave system. Get in line, do this. And it's inside the mind. It's not just out there. This, shame and these stories of pain and limitation and fear, they become a part of our own stories as we grow up in this matrix. So what can we do? Let's take a deep breath. Make a sound, sigh it out. And I just pray that our heart chakras open right now and that our heart chakras turn in on ourselves, that they flicker their energy in, that they fill us up from the inside out. Because if you're like me and you're like many people on the planet right now, shit is changing on such a big level. Things are dying, things are leaving, things are shifting around, and it's fucking hard. And I've had some really intense thoughts lately, trigger warning, about why the fuck would anybody come to Earth? Like, I'm going to be really real. I've literally been sobbing and asking the questions, why the fuck did I come here? Why? What aspect said, this is going to be a good idea? You ever had those thoughts? The thing I love about me, one thing I love about me is I just put that shit out. I'm like, let me fucking call somebody and say, hey, can I vent? Like, I'm having some really intense thoughts right now. I will pick up the phone. And I will sit with myself and I will do all the things to heal myself and do hypnotherapy and all of these things, yet I will not sit in my suffering alone. And you just putting this podcast on and feeling me and feeling this space, that is you connecting to others on a similar path of awakening and ascension. And my love, we need each other. This is the time of the people. My whole business model has turned into community. Everything that I used to do for like 7-8 years was one-on-ones. And I'm not saying I'm never going to go back to that. And I was just thinking that recently, like, God, the one-on-one sessions I used to hold were so fucking powerful. Yet God is saying, get groups, go into groups. Everything that I do right now is groups. And there's a power to that. There's a power to togetherness. This is about us together. Let's take another breath. So I want to unshame and unveil those really intense thoughts that probably a lot of us are having. Why the fuck did we come here? If things are going to die, if our parents are going to die, if wounds are going to show up, if we're going to have heartbreak, if people are going to leave us, why? Why? And I'm going to leave that question open because the question is the quest. The question is the quest. And I sit in that and I move through that and I talk to people and I have people pray over me and I pray over people, and it's this togetherness healing. It's tribal healing. That is so necessary. Tribal healing. It's like raising babies together. We're raising our own souls together. And that's part of the matrix is fucking separation. Get in your house and put on a mask and be afraid of other people and don't hug others. It's like, sure, it makes sense for our safety, I get it. But it's a fucking lie. We need each other. And we're in these boxes, in these houses, and some people don't even know their neighbors. And I'm not blaming anybody right now. I'm just stating the fact that we need each other. Let's breathe into the belly, soften into your belly, wiggle around your hips, open some space in your hips if you're able to. And take another breath. And then I have these moments of witnessing the most insane love, like the love of a newborn baby and the love of holy divine union with a partner. And then I get a glimpse of remembrance. I see the leaves twinkling in the sun. I remember why I came here. I remember why I came here. There's so much beauty. Heaven is here. And I honor the longing in my heart, and I honor the pain, and I honor it all. It's a ceremony. Life is a ceremony. And all of this is temporary. All of this. The twinkling in the sun and the feeling of the river and the feeling of being in a body is so temporary, my darling. So I want to unnumb us right now. Let's open our senses. What if we just sat in our bodies and just felt what we feel? What do you feel right now? Without a story, without meaning, what do you feel sensationally in your being? And let's just soften our bones, soften our skin, and let's invoke the presence of God. Let's invoke the essence of the divine. Let's invoke our well ancestors and our highest guides and angels. Let's lean into divinity. Let's know who we serve. Let's sit in the frame of God. I was crying and releasing and asking all these questions. And then I talked to my beautiful friend and we prayed together and just talked. And then I just went into this space like I was floating, like I had purged. And then I just felt spacious, connected, alive, free. So it's in the unearthing and it's in the softening into our experience. It's in the raw humanity that we ascend. That we remember. We get a glimpse into why we came here. And I'm mindful to feel like I'm rescuing others and that other people need me. I used to feel that way of the empaths are literally dancing on the edge of life and death and they need support. And then I learned from my teachers that that's called the triangle of disempowerment, the savior, the victim, the rescuer. Like the age of Aquarius is the age of empowerment to each person. They can take out one person that's leading the masses. They can take out a figure like Jesus Christ. They can take out the Buddha. The guru is in you. Jesus is in you. The God is in you. And that doesn't mean we have to hold ourselves to this high fucking standard of be perfect and be all knowing. And no, we get to walk through the trenches and invoke who we are, invoke our connection to God in a way that really feels resonant to us. That's unique to us. I love in my membership how some people will say, or one person says, I've decided to listen to the replays and not come to the lives because that's what's true for me. And I took this and I left this. And I'm like, damn, that's fucking beautiful. As a guide, as a teacher, as a friend, that's all I could ask for is for you to steward your own experience. For you to take what you love and leave the rest. And I also always like to say, beginner's mind, step into this world. Try it on. It's like yoga, experiment, try this, try that. Listen to you first. Yet a powerful guide is going to challenge us. A powerful room of healing and evolution is going to bring stuff up in us. Yet we get to steward our own experience and ask for support and press pause and step away and step back in. We are stewarding our own experience, and that is all I could ask for as a guide. I require that. I require self-responsible souls in my spaces that are here to fucking lift and rise and heal and root and say yes to their legacy. Say yes to how God is moving them and what they're here to create. So I want to shift this conversation into channeling right now. That was what I was really called to speak with you about. Let's take another breath. Exhale out through your feet, your hands, clearing those channels of release down into your root. Holding your heart right now, holding space for whatever you're experiencing, whatever's flowing through you, just be there with it. So a big part of my life is channeling. It's what I'm doing right now. It's how I live. I channel programs. I channel courses. I channel the membership. It's not all me. And the more I go into this journey and the more I become a powerful healer and clients are having miracles and people are healing so much, there's less of me. There's less of me. I do less. When I was like a new shaman or a new healer, I was like, I was all up in it and I was guiding and I was leading. And through my process, it's actually less of me and more of the divine, more of you. And I find so much solace in that. And that's my intention. Remember, we can't control this life, but we can direct divine will through our intention. That is so key. We were born to be creators. We were born to be creatrixes. We were born to direct the will and the hand of God through our choices, through our intentions. We cannot control the wild beast of life. Shit is going to happen. People are going to leave. We are going to be surprised. Coyote's going to come in and say, you thought it was going to be this. You thought you wanted this, but God has a bigger view. God knows things that you can't see. And that divine energy that's leading and guiding your life as you call it to lead and guide your life can see things that you can't see. So channeling, we all do it all the time. Think about flow state. Like I've pressed record and I've channeled a whole song before, many times. And in that space, there's no mind. The mind gets dissolved. And there's this word called samadhi in yoga, which means absorption. It's the same thing. It's being absorbed in something. In the yoga tradition, being absorbed into your true self. And these words are powerful, but it's like, my love, it's a fucking practice. Words cannot get you there. I mean, I don't want to limit words and say they can't. So I'm going to rephrase that. We got to do the practice. Our muscles are not going to get stronger unless we work them. Our soul is not going to grow unless we sit down and train our gifts. That's why I created the membership, because I'm like, I love going to yoga and having someone guide me through a practice. I don't have to try and figure out, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What move am I going to do? No, I walk into the room, I invest in somebody else's mastery, and I follow the frickin' flow. And I grow so much in a yoga room. My body has never been stronger. My spirit has never been stronger. I have fortitude physically. I have power physically. And I thank my beautiful teachers for that. And myself for showing up. So I created this membership to say, show up 3 times a month and let's fucking evolve. Because it takes consistency. It takes devotion to have this experience of awakening. And I like to say, we can't really go looking for awakening, but only those who look will find it. And that's a quote, and I apologize, I forgot who said that. You can't seek and find it, but only those who seek will find it. So this membership is a membership for your soul development. And I know in my deepest heart that when we evolve the soul, everything changes. That's the shaman's view. The shaman's view is the view from the invisible world. And thank you, Alberto Violdo, for being such an epic teacher for me on this path and for ushering me into my own teachings and ways that I interpret these ancient ways and bring them through Ashley, because every channel is different. You could learn something and it's like, respecting your teachers and letting people know where you got the information from, yet not being afraid to fucking go share it with others. and to let people know where you got it from. It's like this whole thing of cultural appropriation, and we're so scared to explore these things. And I get it. Like, there is a westernization of ancient practice, like, whitewashing yoga and stripping yoga of its deep roots that are a spiritual awakening. I get that. And that's very real. And I'm not even saying I have a full understanding and grasp on that, but I know that that's a thing. Yet my question to you is, why the F did people die and go up and hide their medicine on the mountaintops and preserve it and bring it to the West? Why? Why was this medicine from Japan and Reiki and shamanic healing from Peru and all these different amazing, rich, beautiful traditions, why were so many of them specifically brought here? Because we are a sick society and we need this. We need these medicines. So if you feel shame about going and studying Reiki or going and studying shamanism, I'm not saying slap a tag of shaman on your heart. That is a very sacred title and it's a responsibility. And I resisted that title. I'm white and I'm young and I'm this and I'm that. Yet no human came to me and said, "You're a shaman." The spirits told me. And you bet your bottom dollar, I always ask, do you serve love? Does this serve love? Is this proper information? Is this my ego? And the spirits have told me. And Shaman Dirk will say, it's not people who bring you into shamanism, it's the spirits. It's the invisible ones. So I started to own that title and own that aspect of my identity. And it was very uncomfortable, and it still is uncomfortable. But it's getting more comfortable. And I feel in my bones that I live this reality. I don't pick up shaman on a Tuesday. I walk in this world. It is an embodied reality for me. And my value comes from my soul growth in the territory that I've learned, because you cannot take people somewhere that you've not gone. My value is my own journeying. So I really want to be clear in the fact that I believe that where you are called in your heart to go and study, go and do it. And some people aren't going to like it. And I've had somebody say, you're white and you have all daddy's money and you're this and you're that and you're terrible. And I'm like, damn, thank you. You have christened me. You have strengthened me in who I am. Thank you. I pray for you. I love you. And I go and read the testimonials of the people that say, this changed my life and this container changed my reality and all of my pain dissolved when I worked with you and all of this happened. When I go and read those testimonials, it reminds me that I am so proud that I don't let that fucking hate stop me. I am here to be of service to the people, and I'm not healing anyone. I'm helping them heal themselves. When I go and read those testimonials, it just absolutely reminds me what I already know, and that is, I'm a fucking rock star, and so are you. Nothing is sweeter than uplifting others with your gifts. Okay, maybe holding your baby child. That hasn't happened to me yet. There is so much that I'm excited to experience in this life, my love. And I just feel in my heart how sweet it is to make impact. And it's gonna piss people off. And people are not gonna like it. And they're not gonna like you. Probably, right? That's just what fucking happens on this planet. But that can strengthen you. Because I don't get my validation from people. I get it from God. I get it from the spirits. I get it from my own heart. And I remind myself every day, you matter. Because so many of us spiritualists have been programmed to think that we don't fucking matter. What's the spirit world? Who cares? You're psychotic. You're just having hallucinations. No, bitch. This is a spiritual reality. I mean that with love. And we're put in psychotic homes, and we're trained to forget who we are, and the witch trials, and people are killed for their magic. And it's like, the most important thing we could do is evolve our spirit. I truly believe that. And the people that step into winged alchemy spaces are on fire with that desire. So I just remember watching Twitches and watching all these witch shows when I was a child, and I just always knew. Generally, we always know. Like as children, like Jane Goodall has such a powerful story about she would just go and fall asleep in the freaking chicken coop at like 3 years old. It's like she always knew her purpose. And I always knew too, and I'm sure that you did as well. It's been written in you. And you can trust that. You can trust yourself in where you're guided to go. And if you've made mistakes, and if you've stayed in relationships longer than you knew was right for you, it's time to forgive yourself. It's time to clean the slate. It's time to graduate. Because this next phase of your power and your legacy requires a depth of trust in yourself that can only be realized by choice and by stillness and by quieting down the noise and hearing your heartbeat and deciding to trust yourself. I'm going to take a breath. Such a luscious breath. So I just jotted down 3 steps to channeling. And this is everything from channeling if you work with people in energy medicine or you're a counselor. This is stepping into a flow. This is channeling art. This is channeling a course that you want to host and offer people. This is channeling. And a really important key here is consent. It fucking rubs me the wrong way when somebody starts telling you about the spirits and they want to tell you this, and it's so intrusive. I'm not into it. Consent is absolutely key. Even when I pray for my family and I fill them up with light, I always say if that's okay with them. I'm not just going and it's like, this is ancient. Ask for consent. If you want to deliver a psychic message, ask for consent. Hey, and be willing for them to say no, like straight up. Ask for consent. That's so key. Even when we're doing spiritual prayers and we're going into the spirit world and filling up people with light, we really want to ask for consent with that type of stuff. So anyways, here we go. The 3 steps to channeling. Number 1, create the space. And I would advise you and recommend write this down if you can. This is some good stuff. I like steps. I like process. Da-da-ding, da-da-ding. In my membership, we got a 6-month process. We got 6 themes. And I'm going to give you 3 steps right here for channeling. I love steps. Here we go. Number 1, create the space. Put down your phone. Turn off my voice. And put away the distractions. Create the space every single day. Every single day. Pick up your silence. Create the space in your heart, create the space in your life and the physical space. Do you have a space to sit and meditate in your house? Is it cluttered? Is it cluttered? Can you remove stuff? Remove, create the space, create the space. God cannot fill you if there's not room. If there's not an invitation. Making space. Mind, body, soul, spirit. Carving out the time. Time is very precious. Carving out the time to create. Create the space. That is key for channeling. Number 2, set a clear intention. Something else wants to come through about number 1. Spirit, drop that in, please. Make that clear. So something about creating the space involves invoking the space. Like you're not just sitting down, but you're actually saying out loud, I'm now creating the space to channel, and then set a timer for an hour. Create a contained place for you where you're saying what it is. You're telling yourself now it's time to channel. It is so simple. It almost like goes over our head. Just say it. Now I'm channeling. Number 2 is very important. Set a clear intention and turn your gifts on and off. Let's take a deep breath. Blow it out. So there's beings who want to talk to you that don't serve love, like straight up. There's beings who want to come through and want to get a taste of your energy, and they'll offer you something back, and it'll be this really shitty exchange. And it ain't all good, or it ain't all positive in the other worlds, just like in the human world. And I teach this a lot because it's so important. Shaman Durek taught me this specific practice. When you step into sacred space, or when you step into the space that you're going to channel in, or maybe you're just feeling the call. Like you're just like, ooh, I feel the call. I want to just get out a notebook. I'm feeling the call. Now you open the space. Maybe you light a candle. You do something to open the space, to invoke that container, set a timer, whatever you want to do. Put on an outfit. Do something to create that setting. And then you want to say, I close off all of my psychic gifts to that which doesn't serve love, and snap your frickin' finger like you're the boss sauce. You're the boss of your reality, because you are. As you say it, so it is. As you say it, so it is. Declare your psychic space. I'm only open to that which serves the highest love, period. And when the spirits start talking to you, you vet them every single time. Do you serve love? Do you serve love? And then you hang out in neutral. You don't freak out if they say, no, I'm a demon from the underworld. You're neutral because you know what to do. Because you know how to handle that. Do you serve love? Something starts talking to you. Go write a book. Go do this. Oh, okay. That's an interesting voice coming through. Do you serve love? Yes, I serve love. Cool. Now I'm going to follow through with that. If it doesn't serve love, you can say this. This is from Shaman Durek. Take a breath. Sit tall. Sit in your power. Okay, my love, I'm taking you to the light now, the place of love, beauty, and wholeness, and I'm using alchemy to turn you back into your original state, which is love. You snap your finger, you envision them washed in light, and then you say, how does it feel now that you're in the light? And they'll say something like free, amazing, positive, thank you, and then you release them. We do it with love and not with anger. We do it with clarity and not with rudeness, like we want to be kind, right? Because these energies are just feeding, like they just need to feed. And we don't have to let them feed on us. Here are 2 psychic tips that could change your life. And I forgot where I learned the first one. It was some witchy person on Instagram, but they're like, don't have a welcome mat at your door, at your front door. And I was like, what the fuck? And I kept mine out for a while. And then I started thinking about it because of course I had one. And I would like leave my house and I would leave this like literal word that says welcome on my, it doesn't say welcome only love. It just says welcome. So I was like, I just thought about it because I don't just take what people say and follow it. I consider it. I'm like, And I was like, shit. Yeah, I don't like it. And so I removed it. So there's no welcome mat anywhere in my house. And then another one, this is so key. And I knew this as a child. Cover your bedroom mirror. By God. Mirrors are flippin' portals. What you do not want, my darling, is a mirror uncovered facing your bed when you sleep. That's a big no-no. And don't take my word for it. Just think about it. Consider it. It is a no-no in my opinion. And I knew as a child, I would always cover my mirror. Like it would fucking freak me out. Like I knew children just know shit. It's just so wild how we're just so wise before reality imprints us, right? And so anyways, that's really powerful. Cover up your daggone mirrors. Take your ethically sourced sage if you have it, and or incense even, and just go around your house and clear all the mirrors. Like literally go around the house and say out loud, I'm clearing all the imprints and I'm sealing up any portals. Just do it. It's life-changing. Again, take or leave it. I'm highly encouraging these things. All right. And every night I cover up my mirror. It's just part of my practice. And one of my ex-partners, I was like, he stayed over. This was years ago. And I was like, yeah, it's kind of weird, but I cover my mirrors. He's like, yeah, because they're portals. And I'm like, what? You know it? And so we just had a laugh. So anyways, be yourself and you will continue to manifest people that just are right for you, right? And then as you evolve, you know, the people are going to evolve with you or they're going to go their own way. And that's okay. All right, my love. So back to our list. Number 1, create the space. Number 2, set a clear intention. Turn your gifts on and off. I am now opening up my psychic gifts for blank. Who? Ooh, we got Al coming in because I'm hooing. Anyways, you could say, I now open up my psychic gifts to Archangel Michael. Do you have a message for me? You get out your pen and paper. You start flow writing, which means you're not picking up your pen. You're just writing. And if some weird shit starts to come through or you start to feel weird, just clear your energy. Is there anything around me that doesn't serve love? Ask out loud. And if you hear yes, then you say, where is it? You just start asking questions. And you're sitting in neutrality. You're not freaking out, because when you freak out, you block yourself from the truth. When you're neutral, you have access to clarity. You clear the energy, and when you're done, you send Archangel Michael off. Thank you so much. That was epic. If you're a musician, you could light a candle, set 30 minutes of time and say, I'm just going to fucking flow, and I open up my psychic gifts to the highest available spirit guide that's here to help me create music right now. And you drop expectations and you just play. You play. You bang on the guitar, or you sing a funny song, like you open your expression and just start flowing. Not thinking, flowing. Great. Anything else with that one? So it's really important to open it up and then close it off, right? If you're opening your gifts to an angel, maybe it feels right to close that off. Say, I release you now. I remember when I used to do tarot card readings for people, I would open up my gifts, Oracle, I would open up my gifts and I would say, now my psychic gifts are open to so-and-so, and I'm tuning into their energy. Spirit, bring through the messages that I need to hear from them. And I would do my rattle and I would open up my ability to see into the spirit world. The shaman's view, as my teacher would call it. What does Alberto Villoldo say? He says, his shaman eyes, or the shaman way of seeing, and the way of seeing into the invisible world, the mystic way of seeing, like whatever words feel right for you there. You're opening up a different set of eyes, because things don't play by the same rules that they do in the spirit world. It's different. We have to learn a new language. We have to learn about symbols and about energy and about emotions and really symbols, because the spirit world is very symbolic and things aren't always what they appear to be. Sometimes the scariest figure is a freaking protector. So we have all of these imprinted symbols from scary movies and all that bullshit that I just don't subscribe to. I'm not into it. I don't really watch movies. I don't really watch all that crap. A lot of it is just junk and programs and a way for us to be programmed. And in the spirit world, it is not all what it seems. We have to take off a set of eyes and put on a different set of eyes, and we can switch back and forth. That's the key. Because I don't want to be walking around the world seeing spirits floating around. That's not what I want to do. I don't want to be bombarded with different energies. I want to walk as a human. I want to have my gifts on and off. I want to have that ability, and I do. So I turn them on and I turn them off. And it's like when people are asking me, do you feel anything? And so interesting, somebody came up to me at my recovery center that I share my offerings at, and they started telling me about all these spirits and all that. And they're like, do you feel anything in this house? And I'm like, not really, because I'm not open to it. And if I sat there and think about it, okay, sure, like it's a little dense in there. But if I wanted to really track and open up my gifts and see what the fuck is going on, then I'll do that. And then I'll open up my protections and I'll open up my ability to see, and I will track and I will see spirits that are stuck between the worlds. So the idea is you have sovereignty over your powers. And that's literally what I offer in Winged Alchemy, is a space for you to declare sovereignty over your gifts. And this podcast can literally be a breakthrough for you today in that realm. Oh, I can turn my gifts on and off. Absolutely. Have an experiment with it. I remember having so many thoughts, just bombarded with thoughts. And I was at a stop sign and I said, all right, I turn all my psychic doors off. And then it went dead silent. I was like, oh my God, that's so funny. That's so wild. I remember I used to have, like, when I'd be going to sleep, it's like I could hear radios in my head. Like I could just hear, like, my psychic antenna was, like, my radio was on. So I just turned it off. I now close all psychic doors. And then I open them back up to my higher self, to God. I'll close them all, and then I'll open them back up to just a few. If you want to get good sleep, close your daggone psychic gateways. Like, oh my gosh, I really recommend that. And send me a DM, send me an email, and tell me about your sleep after you practiced turning your gifts off and putting on an invisibility cloak, as Elizabeth April would say. We are journeyers in our dreams. We journey to other dimensions. We have all these experiences. We heal, all these things. And you can put a bubble of light or an invisibility cloak on yourself just through your imagination and just declaring that you're safe and empowered in the spirit world as you go to sleep. Very powerful. All right, that's number 2. Number 3, use your voice and express it. Go out and freaking teach it if that feels authentic. Share your song, even just with a loved one. Start sharing what you're channeling. And you get to decide when you want to do that, right? Maybe you write this whole thing and you're like, oh, that's just for me. Or maybe you end up channeling a course that you want to sell. I really want you to put your gifts into the world. And some of you need to hear that it's okay to sell your shit. Like it's literally okay to make money. I created a whole program called From Pain to Purpose, and it lit me up and it turned me on, and I channeled the whole thing and it all came through, and that brought in $10,000 within like 8 or 9 weeks. And people loved it. And people wrote me reviews about it. And I get to pay for my time, and I get to support my life and buy really yummy food for myself and have high quality things in my world. It's okay to be paid for your gifts, my love. Only you know what is authentic. But somebody needed to hear that today. Go create a course and sell it. I dare you. If that feels authentic, freaking do it. Freaking do it. Look at all the testimonials that I've gotten from all the things that I've sold. That's an exchange of sacred energy. And people give consent to that. People are like, I want that. I've bought in so many things that have changed my life, right? So I just had to share that. That's just a piece of this. Take or leave it. Take it or leave it. So step 1, create the space regularly. Step 2, set a clear intention, turn your gifts on and off. And get really clear, who do you want to talk to? The spirit world requires our clarity. It's like when you're going on a journey, why are you going on the journey? We want to travel with intention. And just see what happens. Just choose completely to talk to, Archangel Metatron or whatever it is. However you want to work with these gifts and play with these gifts is what I really want to say. Use your voice, express it, share it. And keep asking yourself, does this serve love? Before I say anything, I always pray into it. I say, may this serve the highest good of all. God, use my voice, use my energy, release my plans. When I felt the calling to record this, and at first I had no freaking idea what I was going to say. I'm like, I have no idea, but I felt the calling. And it all just flowed. Let's take a deep breath. And I want you to know that you have time, that the soul is not in a rush. The soul is fucking chilling. So you have time. Play a little. Open space to explore your powers. And if you want to come into my world, my love, and have me guide you, step in. If you're listening to this before November 1st, step into the membership. That's the place. That's the place to train your gifts and heal your soul and shift your whole reality to the next level. And if you're listening to this after that, but you want in on the membership, go join the wait list. I would love to be with you in that space. Okay, anything else that I want to bring through? Maybe write down or feel in your body, what did this bring up in you? What did this transmission bring forward in your body? What sensations do you feel physically, energetically? Let's just pause and take a couple deep breaths and receive some healing. We're going to put some healing in the room. If you give consent to it, receive it. Bringing healing down from the upper world, bringing medicine and gifts down from the upper world. In shamanism, that is the world of the angels and guides and spirit beings that have vast knowledge to bring into the human world. Let's just breathe that down into the body. Like you're bringing light information down into your body if you want to. Only that which serves the highest love, bringing in beautiful, healing, light energy. And my last question to you today is, what would love do? What would love do in your life? We are in the unknown, my darling. We are in the unknown. Let's ask, what would love do? Would love go get a coffee and go walk around town? Would love get out the guitar? What would love do? And our duty is to respond. Our duty, our sacred duty to ourselves first and foremost, is to respond to the calling. To be in that place of right relationship with our life, with life itself, and with how we came to bring through our gifts and our powers and everything that was already written for us as children. It's like, we know, you know. I love you so much. This was so much fun. Oh my goddess. Also, wow, I just love my new intro. I found that to be so fun and so epic. We're leveling up over here. And all of that was channeled as well. It's just how I do it as my 12th house Piscean being. And we all have the ability to channel. And I hope this inspired you today. Please let me know your favorite part. Share this with somebody if you loved it. Go another step and share the love to leave a review if you're open to it. Thank you so much, and I am stoked to have another chat with you soon. Love you. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you absolutely loved this episode. And if you did, please remember to leave a review and share some love. I will see you in the next one.